Kinds of sounds. State Standard HS1.T.CR3.C. Explore and use physical, vocal, and/or psychological traits to develop a performance that is believable, authentic, and relevant to a theatrical work. Once air has passed through the larynx, it then takes on distinguishing characteristics based on the position of the jaw, the tongue, the hard and soft palate, and the lips. Before we can go any further, we need to talk about the anatomy of the mouth. Check out the video in Schoology for a visual demonstration. So now that you have seen where everything is, you need to work on finding your own. Humor me. Participate, please. Take your hand and grab your chin and wag your jaw up and down. Blow bubbles with your lips. Stick your tongue out a couple of times. Now use your tongue to trace your hard palate. You should be able to feel the place where the hard palate stops and the soft palate begins. When the roof of your mouth is no longer hard bone and instead becomes squishy flesh, you have found the place where the hard palate turns into the soft palate. Last thing I want you to do is open your mouth and practice raising and lowering your soft palate. This might make you yawn. If so, you're doing it right. So we can produce all kinds of sound as human beings. Vowel sounds are represented in the alphabet by the letters A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes the letter Y. These sounds change based on the position of the jaw, the tongue, and the soft palate while my lips are open, although my lip shape can impact the kind of sound. Our long vowel sounds are created in the front of the mouth, so there's very little going on with my soft palate or my tongue for these sounds. Instead, the sound is controlled by the position of my jaw and the shape of my lips. Try making the ah sound. Ah, ah, ah. My jaw is relaxed, my lips are open. That's the sound that comes out. If I switch from ah to o, as in the letter O, 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 notice that my lips close in a little bit and become almost a circle as opposed to the ah where my mouth was completely open. Now make an oo sound like the letter U would make. Oo, oo, oo. Again, my lips are getting even narrower. What about an E sound? Eh, eh, eh. I'm almost smiling to create that sound. My lips are spreading wider horizontally as opposed to being relaxed and opened or forming a circular shape. Short vowel sounds are mostly produced by the tongue and the soft palate in the back of the mouth. Try A, A, A. Ah, ah, ah. E, E, E. I, I. I. The position of the lips and the jaw don't really change for those sounds, but my tongue and my soft palate in the back of my mouth, they're really active and moving to form those sounds. Vowel sounds will travel farther than consonant sounds, because there is less action in the mouth to stop the flow of air and the sound waves that are being produced. It takes less effort to produce a lot of volume with vowel sounds than it does with consonants. When a speaker is difficult to understand, it is the consonants that are to blame. Our consonants fall into a number of categories based on the motion of the mouth that is involved in creating them. The first category of consonant sound that we're going to talk about is called the plosive. These sounds are made by trapping and then rapidly releasing air in little tiny explosions. The sounds that are in the plosive category are t, t, as in the letter T. Try it. T, t, t. The letter D, 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 d. Notice that my mouth is doing exactly the same thing for T and D, but my voice is engaged on the letter D. That's because T is an unvoiced plosive and D is a voiced plosive. So they're exactly the same shape in the mouth, but one also has the benefit of my vocal cords. Same deal with the letter P and the letter B. My mouth is going to do the same thing, but one is voiced and one is unvoiced. P is p, p, p. B is b, b, b. My mouth is doing exactly the same thing, but B is on voice and P as in pig is off voice. The letter K and the letter G, same deal. Same thing is happening in the mouth, but K is unvoiced and G is voice. Try it. K, k, k. G, g, g. Those are your plosive sounds. Next up are the fricatives. Fricatives are so called because the sound is created by vibration in the mouth, either by allowing the lips or the tongue to vibrate as air passes over. And again, we have pairs of fricatives. One of the sounds is an unvoiced sound, and its partner is a voiced sound, but the shape created in the mouth is the same. So our first pair is the letter F and the letter V. F is an unvoiced sound, an unvoiced fricative, and the letter V is a voiced fricative, but the shape is exactly the same. F, f, f. V, v, v. It's the exact same shape in my mouth. My lower lip is vibrating, but the F is unvoiced and the V is voiced. Our TH sound, as in think, has its own partner as a voiced TH. So there's the unvoiced TH, as in think, and the voiced TH, the, as in this or these. The letter S and the letter Z are partners. S is unvoiced and Z is voiced. S, s, s. Z, z, z. Exact same position. Z is voiced, S is unvoiced. We also have our sh and zh sound. Sh is the SH as in should, and that zh sound we usually get at the ends of words in English. Words like judge. Sh, sh, sh. Zh, zh, zh. Same position in the mouth, but the zh sound, like the end of the word judge, is a voiced, and sh, as in should, is unvoiced. Our last fricative pair is ch, as in the letter ch, as in cheese, and the letter j, as in judge, except the beginning of the word. So it's the exact same position, ch, 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 and j, j, j. They do the same thing, but ch is unvoiced and j is voiced. Next up, we have our nasal consonants, so called because the sound is not actually able to come out of the mouth. Rather, the sound for nasal consonants comes out of your nose. These sounds are going to be represented by the letters M, N, and the combination of letters N, G, like at the end of the word song. So our M sound, mm, mm, mm. N as in n, n, n. And ung, like the end of the word song. Ung, ung, ung. These sounds get pushed up through the nose. It's very difficult to say these sounds when you have a cold and you're congested. Our final group are called glides. They're called glides because to produce these sounds, something is in motion in the mouth. They're gliding past each other. These sounds are made by moving the tongue or lips during the passage of air. When someone has a speech impediment, these sounds can be incredibly difficult to produce because they require more coordination than any of the other sounds. These sounds can be represented by the letters L, R, Y, and W. So the L sound, la, la, la. My tongue is gliding under my hard palate and past my teeth. La, la, la. The R sound, ra, ra, ra. My tongue is curling and again gliding past my hard palate but further back in the mouth. Ra, ra, ra. The Y sound, ya, 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 is produced by the center of my tongue instead of the front of my tongue gliding past the hard palate. Ya, ya, ya. And the w, w, w sound of the W is produced by my lips gliding past each other. W, w, w. When a speaker is difficult to understand, consonants get the blame. As actors, we have to be articulate in order for our audience to understand what we are saying. If we have sloppy consonants, we will have audience members complaining that they couldn't hear what we are saying, despite the fact that we may actually have been loud enough. We have to have sharp and clear consonants. So how do you develop sharp, clear consonants? Tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are exercises for your mouth, just like doing calisthenics or aerobics is exercising your body to make it stronger. Tongue twisters work out the lips, the tongue, and the soft palate to make sure that you have sharp, clear consonant sounds.